A year ago, I designed a rabbit hutch that could be built for $50. With your suggestions, I'm shooting a follow-up video, making a few changes. In this video, I'm going to build another rabbit hutch with the same design. I'm going to incorporate some of your suggestions. Anything that I covered in the last video, I'm going to shoot in high speed. Anything that's new, I'll slow down and explain. If you want a copy of the blueprints, they're still available. Send me an email. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the chipboard and put some plywood in there, and then we're going to put some shingles on it. But take a look. You can see the weathering on there. I mean, that's falling apart pretty good. 2 years of winter. We're going to move to some bigger hinges. They're a little bit easier to install, and we've had a few of the doors that have never really completely closed correct. I mean, the rabbits don't get out or anything, but we're just going to move to a better hinge. Still seeing sores on their feet that come from it. I have moved away from this wire, and I've moved to 14 gauge wire, and it's a 1 inch by a 1/2 inch, and that is the wire that I use on all of the floors now. Makes a huge difference for the feet. Okay, we're going to make another one using the same plans with a few modifications. One of the changes that we are making on this cage over the other one is the wire that we're using for the flooring. I recommend a little bit higher gauge than we had used last time. Last time I had it coated in rubber, but it was a smaller gauge. I have done a few rabbit cages with this way. I like the difference a lot better, and so anymore I only put the higher gauge on. I have upgraded the wood. Instead of chipboard, we are going to ply. The cost difference you're looking at, a sheet of chipboard costs about 10 bucks. This costs about $15. We've been slowed down by weather. We've had a little bit of snow. On the previous hutch that I posted, we had a different door. The door opened this direction. This one's going to open this direction. That's a design change. We've also changed the hinges. Before I had a cheap, really small hinge. I went to an extremely heavy-duty hinge. This cost $4.79 for one. I was paying $3 for two before, or sometimes even $3 for four. You're looking at a couple of dollar increase. Substantial difference on the cages that I have done this way. I would recommend for the small cost increase to do such. This door opens this direction. Here now opens and shuts. Fairly simple. As far as a latch, just putting a couple of bolt locks. It'll come right here, and it'll keep it shut. Right here. It's a heavy-duty hinge. Overkill maybe, but be able to hinge out pretty easy. And on this door right here, I am putting a second piece of wood behind so that the screws will not go all the way through. I have also changed the way I do the watering and the food bowls in the rabbit cages. This right here, the bowl clips in and out. Rabbits can drink. It always freezes around the edge first. The rabbits can chip through to it, and then you can always remove the bowl, and it's easy to put a little bit of warm water on the edge, and the ice falls right out and put it back in. So I've moved a lot of my cages to this. In the wintertime, there is nothing more difficult than keeping water from freezing. That has been the best solution I have found with it. The roof, I've extended it just a little bit. We're looking, instead of a 32-inch roof, we went to 36 inches. It gives a little bit of an overlap, but it has been something that I've really enjoyed. If you do that, you're not going to be able to make the full rabbit hutch with one sheet of plywood, but it's worth the extra 4 inches. I have also taken in and I added a piece of plywood to the end right here. We've added shingles, or asphalt in this case. I've done it both ways. This is asphalt, and it is about a $10 expense to buy the sheet of asphalt, to get the glue, and to screw it down. But it will make your rabbit hutch last a lot longer, and it is what I would recommend. We have changed the wiring. My rabbits have been happier. I had a couple rabbits that had got sore feet, and this has made a world of difference. Another huge change that we made, if you take a look, is instead of using chipboard, I have used plywood. Additional costs $5 more for a sheet of plywood than it does for a sheet of wafer board, maybe $6 more. I changed the hinges. Hinges before, I was able to get a 4-pack for $5. I'm paying $5 a hinge. Before, I put 1, 2, 3, 4 hinges. Now I have 1 hinge, 2 hinge, 3, 4 hinges for the lid. This is just a design change. We have changed it so we are now opening the door this direction. That enables us to take and allow the rabbit to hop around in an enclosure, and it can use its own ramp to get back up in. Many of these changes that we have been able to take place are because you have been able to let me know when something could be done better. I have adapted several of the changes. If you guys have more changes, more suggestions, please post them in comments. I have received hundreds of emails. Send me an email. We'll continue making better products. Thank you so much.